Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to another episode of Modded Megaquarium, a brutal campaign mode. Thank you very much for joining me today and continuing to show your support for the series. If you do enjoy this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. So we're moving on today to Carbon City, upgrade this old aquarium into a state-of-the-art attraction. Okay, I do remember this one slightly as being one of the longer levels, so we're going to try and get into this as soon as we possibly can. I did actually, when I did my original series of this, I remember that I put some stuff, some limitations on myself during this level, and it really did affect how I actually played. And the restriction that I put on myself was to try and do this with some really small tanks, and also to try and keep the layout as similar as it was. I think in the end we did build it out once I realised that was a bit silly. I can't remember how it all ended up, but it was quite difficult to actually go through and it took a long time. So I'm not really going to do that in this one. I am going to try and expand this out as much as we can, and basically try and get through this level and see what mods we can use to our advantage within this level. So looking at the beginning here, we have insufficient filters on a few of them, insufficient rocks and decorations and stuff, not enough filtration on this one. So I think first of all we should actually get in and actually go through what we have in here. So we've got some fox-faced rabbitfish, Arabian butterfly fish, various different stuff, but not all of them are liking what they have. So we'll go through tank by tank just to make sure we have all the filtration and then everything sorted. So let's have a look in here what we have in terms of things we can do. Let's just get rid of all of those for a start. Let's swap that over to a single large chiller and a large filter. And once we've got all of these in place, then we can see about actually consolidating down, building out a staff area, and putting all of this onto networks. So the next one we want to do is over here. This has got a fair few different things on, so we'll get rid of everything. And we will add on to this instead. It's a bit of a silly way of doing this. This really does need a proper pump. So that's what we'll do. We'll actually put a proper pump onto this, which means if we bring this back there, then this is going to be our wall. So we can put all of these along this wall. Bring that across to there, and then we can get rid of these ones. You can move back behind there. Do you have a way out? Yes you do, just here. And that also means that we can push this wall back, which looks a bit silly as well. So we can do, in fact I'll bring that one out to there. And we'll sell these off, sell the bench off, because that stops a spot from here being used. And I think we might put all three of these if we can. No, this is a chilled one, so we can't put. We could put these two onto the same network if we wanted, and that might eliminate some of the difficulties that we have. So if we grab a, oh, we only have basic pumps. Oh, that's a problem. Okay. So, instead of doing how we really should do, let's put it right in the middle there. Means we can put something on either side of it. So go for a large heater, and we'll put another large heater there. And then we will add in a large filter, and that will go there, connected to this. It's not quite enough, so we'll add a protein skimmer, onto there as well. That's still not quite enough. So actually, if we add that onto there... what else can we do? Oh, that is enough now. Okay. Right, so that's enough for that. Doesn't leave us much space behind here. I suppose we could actually put that one there, sell that off, and can we? Yes, we can move this one to there. And then we can put a proper size protein skimmer onto there. Apparently we don't have herring, which we definitely do have herring. So once I start, that will probably kick in okay. And then over here we just need some rocks in these two tanks. So we'll come into vegetation, scroll down, just put some live rocks in. And then this tank hasn't got anything in it, so people aren't going to be happy with this. So we'll go for some eelgrass around the side. There we go. Okay, now we can press play. We can see if everything's working okay. We do have some negative prestige left over from when we were going before. So electric blue damsel has been done. Oh, probably didn't want to go for that one straight away, but never mind. There's the neon tetra tank, so we can get our money up and running. I think the next thing I want to go for is going to be the sunken deep wall tank, because I'm pretty sure we're going to be using them quite a lot. Our main target with this is just to get 3,800 prestige and 90 XP. So what I think I'm going to do today, why are we getting, oh okay, that's why. Do we have staff that can clean? Let's look who we have. Yes we do. I'll increase your cleaning a little bit. No, in fact a lot. Yeah, what I want to do today is make sure that everything is actually working okay, and that we have a decent base to actually get going with this. Look at the guest forts, let's see what we're on. Horsehide Jack looks stressed and Tank 5 looks lifeless. Okay, so Horsehide Jack I assume is in here. Doesn't like being the only one in there, and I assume this is going to be too small for both of these to go in. But we shall see when they grow up, and we'll have a look at that in a minute. And Tank 5 looks lifeless, so let's go to here, go to the tanks, Tank 5, okay yes, because it just has some disco mushrooms in it. So if we add in, what's going to work well with, is this, this is a warm water one, so what's going to work well with that? No, I think even these won't work with it. It would have been nice to put some of those in. But I think if we add in something fairly easy, like these clownfish and the damsel, we'll put 2 of those in and 2 of these in. That gives us 5 space left over. So with that 5 space, can we add in one of these hermit crabs? Yes we can. Okay, and we'll add a hermit crab as well. Now you don't like it because you need some rock. So let's come to here, grab some small rocks. There we go. You like it now. And then we can add in, oh no, that's added the filtration, because this guy adds a bit of filtration anyway. Let's press play again, make sure everything is working as it should do. Let's go for the Uber filter next, because we want to try and work up to them. And then I think the next one we do will definitely be the larger size pumps, so we can get the networks properly set up. So we've got some stuff that can't grow up. We're going to have those issues at the beginning here, but all I'm doing at the moment, getting the initial research done, and giving ourselves a little bit of breathing space in terms of letting the prestige settle down at the beginning of the game here, and letting the money settle down as well. We do have a little bit more negative prestige in this tank here, because we have other green pellets eaters available, so I'm just going to sell you off. I don't really care about you, to be honest. So you can go. Everything else looks okay. Got the Uber filter done. Right, so now we want... Should I go straight for the large pumps? And where is the smaller pumps? We've got the power pumps here. I'm only really going to be using the large pumps. So yeah, I'm going to go straight for the large pump. And I think it is now about time to just leave this running for a while and let everything get researched. And we're gonna every day we're gonna get these coming up as well. So yeah, let me do a little bit of research, get these large pumps out of the way and build up a little bit of money, and then we will expand this place out and make it look a little bit better. So we've now researched the large pumps and we have about 15,000, so we do have enough to be able to get going on this. I want to try and keep this area here, so we're going to expand out this way and a little bit over here as well, just to round off these edges and make everything a little bit better. So we'll bring this out to there, we'll bring this out to there, and then from, I think it's what, here? Yep. We'll bring ourselves out to there. Now, it doesn't really give us much to work with for now. So we're going to block off everything we've just done. Seems a bit silly, but it allows us to be able to expand naturally over time rather than just being forced now just to throw everything in. And this is going to give us a little bit more space anyway, but not a huge amount. We'll put that there. It's going to give us a lot more of a staff area though, which is what we do want, because we want space to be able to put these networks and these pumps and stuff. And so now what I want to do is all of the hot water tanks, I want to delete everything which is attached to them. All of the different pumps and everything, including the ones we've just done over here, so that can go as well. And that, all of these, and that one, and these two just there. Okay, so on this network we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll need 3 pumps in total, and I think it'd be good to bunch these 4 together first of all. So we'll get a large pump. This can actually go down pretty far. That's good. So if we put this here, and this will be our main pumping area. And then we want one which is going to attach... Oh wow, we can actually go really far with this. That's good. So that'll be another one there, which will attach to that one as well. And then one here, which will attach to that one. And now we just need to put all of these in. So that will go to these 4. And then this middle one will just link these 2 networks together. So we're on linked into... Actually no, let's get these ones in place. So we'll be on that one and this one. Make sure I get the right ones. And then this middle one here will connect up this network over here with this network over here. Oh yeah, and there's one down here which we need to delete as well. We can actually get that space back. That was just because when the horse jacks grew up, we didn't quite have enough of the filtration, so I had to add another filter in over there. And we need to delete that as well. So now over here, we do have the Uber heater being researched. We don't have access to it yet. So how much are we going to need in here? 342 in total. That shouldn't be too bad. That's 4 of these large heaters, or it's actually only 2 of the mega heaters. So we'll go for 2 of those. And then We want 70. Is that the biggest? 75. 75 and 75 there. So we're looking over this side to make sure we've got the filtration right. And I think the best way we can do this at the moment, we don't have enough for one of these Uber filters yet. So we're going to go for a large filter, 2 of those, and then see if 3 of these large protein skimmers will do the trick. Not quite, but that is this network pretty much filled now. Well, that pump pretty much filled. So just over here we are actually going to need 1 more of these. But what I do like doing is we have a tank here. All 3 of these tanks are really close to this, so we'll bunch everything up here and we'll have another large filter on there, and that seems to have done the trick. And then the cold water network, it's going to be slightly more difficult because I think we don't have a mega chiller. Oh no, we do have a mega chiller. Excellent. So it'll be fairly easy actually. So I want to add this in fairly close as well to that, and we'll add it onto that one, which means we can get rid of that and that. And then we have, is that the only one? Oh no, we have this one as well. Is there only 2 of them? So we have this tank and this tank. And yeah, they're the only 2. Okay, so this shouldn't be too difficult actually. In fact, we can just move these over to there. Or no, because we will actually want to get a mega chiller on here. So we just need, I think we just need 1 of these mega chillers to be honest. We'll add this tank in. Yep, that's done it. And then we can add in a large protein skimmer. And that's done that as well. So we don't need too much on these. Once we get the Uber stuff in, it'll be a lot of overkill. Be huge amounts of overkill at the start, but we will end up needing all of that space and more by the time we are finished here. So I'm not really too worried about like putting loads and loads and loads of heat and filtration down, because we'll just add more stuff onto the network until it runs out basically. So I want to move these into a bit of a better area. I don't like them having them right next to the tanks if it's in a close confined area like this, like having everything close to the back walls. When we've got a bit more space, like I would probably put some cockles over here, but cockles are needed here as well. So it's actually a better idea to have 2 stations. So if we get some more cockles, there we are, and we can put that back there. So I've just done one more final check, and I don't think we've actually missed anything out there. So we can press play and keep going. So I want to try and build up the money as much as we can. We'll move these over to here, I think. And do I like the fact that all the staff have all of this area at the moment? I think it'll be okay. I think that's alright. But yeah, what do we have in here? Yeah, we need to actually get some bigger tanks in here, because that's really silly. All of these messages coming up saying everything can't grow up. So I think over here we're going to use this as a bit of a staging ground for a new tank area. And then we can actually just hook it onto the back here and then just open up this space. So if we said we want a corner tank in here, do we actually have any decent corner tanks? So let's search for corner. Yeah, we do. We've got one of these sunken ones. We'll have a nice big one of those there. And Tobias has leveled up. Excellent. We're going to want you to be our gift shop person, because that is one thing I do want to add in immediately, all the way down this wall, is going to be our Tetra tanks, because they will give us a lot of income. So where are you? There you are, Tetra tanks. It's going to extort as much money as we can out of these people. you cannot come into this aquarium and not spend money. And when I say spam these around, I really am actually just going to spam them around because they do generate a lot of money. And that's exactly what we need right now. And there we go. That's actually spent all the money we have on Tetra tanks. But it should mean that in a few days' time we should have a lot of money coming back in. So I've realised in this tank here we've got these horseye jacks here and they're not happy at all. This tank is too small for them, so they are complaining now that they're full size. So I'm actually just going to sell these off, and this is going to become just lionfish in here. Now I believe, do we actually have any other different types of lionfish? Do we have any lionfish? Let's just have a look. Apparently we don't. Okay, so we have a Voltaine's lionfish. Now luckily this is the one that doesn't mind being with other things. So we can actually put some other stuff in this, which might be a little bit better for this tank than the horseye jacks. There was also a leopard shark in here for some reason. And this needs 180 when it grows up. So yeah, it's just one of those things that is supposed to test you, make sure you're actually looking at what you're doing. And so we've spotted it early on, so we're okay. And all of this is going to change anyway. Now we have a number of things we could add in here. I don't just want to stick a load of these in, basically. So I want to see... Actually, something shoaling might be quite good. These Bartlett Amphius, they will work with the lionfish. No, they won't, because this will eat them. Wow, okay, we need something of size 4 or higher. So in that case, we can go for the mirror Amphia instead, because they are size 6. And they are a shoal as well. And they don't like light, there's no light in here. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And they should be much, much happier in there than the horseye jacks or the leopard shark was. Let's see if there's anything else we can add in quickly as well. But again, so we need size 5 or higher, or something which is armoured. Actually, a regal tang might be quite nice in there. We have 2 of those. Okay, everything is nice and happy in there. We do need some krill. Get some krill just there. There we go. Much better. So over here in this cold water tank, we did have a very small tank here with a couple of fish in it which were very much too big for the tank itself, much like in this tank here. Now unfortunately I actually sold it rather than moving it. I was going to move it out of the way, put a new tank in and make sure it was all filled back up again with the same animals. But yeah, I sold it instead, which was a bit stupid of me. So I've added in here a frilled anemone and an Atlantic cod, I believe it is. Yeah, I've got an Atlantic cod which is size 32 and one of these frilled anemone in here. And so that will do, because this is all the cold water fish we have access to at the moment. And these are shoalers, so these will be far too big for this. I believe at least. This is size 72. So we'd have 40 left. Once these are grown up, once this cod has grown up. And then we need 6 of these at size 8, no that's 48. So we'd only be able to put 5 of these in, which is a shame. Okay, so we've still got things here saying the marbled serpent starfish can't grow up. So these are in tank 10. So we'll have a look at these. This is tank 10 over here. Okay. So yeah, we're going to have to sort this out as well. Now over on this side of the aquarium, we have added in a couple of these large corner tanks to give us a kind of three-sided view here. And I thought it might be nice to add in one of these big industrial size chrysal tanks as well. But I might make this room a little bit bigger to be able to fit this in a little bit easier as well. But I think that is going to be all for next episode. So I think that is where we're going to leave it for today. Between episodes I'm going to go through each one of these tanks and make sure I know exactly what is in here and whether everything is okay or not. You are actually being fixed, that's okay. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will. See you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.